medication for her across town. At the last minute, he had me go pick up some soup and stuff for her and asked me to bring it to her house and that he'd meet me there in an hour or so. I was feeling pretty salty, but I didn't want to be a hole in case she was actually sick, so I went to Whole Foods and picked some stuff up and then brought it to her house. But as I was walking up to her house, I caught sight of her through the window in the living room, and she was standing up. It looked like she was dancing. What the hell? I thought. I went up to the door and knocked. 1 second, I heard her say kinda in a panic. A few minutes went by. I knocked again, and then said, "Hi, it's Emily." She came to the door a few seconds later, looking super sick. She was walking really slow and had her eyes half closed and looked pretty pathetic. I maybe would have bought it if I hadn't seen her up and happy just minutes before. "Oh, Emily, hi. Sorry, I'm just so weak and it was so hard for me to get out of bed." I thought. Bullshot, bullshot, bullshot. I was so right. This was all just a freaking plan for her to ruin our honeymoon. I was so mad, but I didn't know what to say. I knew if I called her on it, she would completely deny it. I waited until my husband came over and then pulled him aside and told him what I saw. "Oh, come on, Emily," he said. "I'm sure that's not true. Look at her. She was in the hospital. You're calling her a liar? That's crazy. She was probably just walking to the bathroom or something." But I knew what I saw. I reminded him that she wanted to come on the honeymoon and was so pissed when I said no. "And you barely backed me up when that happened," I said. "Don't you see how that is toxic? It's so weird. It's so inappropriate. And now she has this whole elaborate effing scheme going and she ruined our honeymoon." He was not buying it at all and ended up walking out of the room after we bickered quietly about it, because she was in her bed again, playing sick. I couldn't really do anything about it, and I didn't know what to do, so I went to the kitchen to eat some of the soup and ice cream and other stuff I'd picked up at Whole Foods. But then when I was throwing away some of the packaging, I noticed something in her trash can and pulled it out. Some tags from Nordstrom and a receipt. At the top of the receipt was the date and time. And what do you know? It was from the afternoon she was in the ER. Almost the exact time. Oh my god. I thought. What a snake. Not only was she so crazy to pretend to go to the hospital, but she was shopping instead? When she said she couldn't answer her phone because she was in the ER with the doctors? What? Was she going to wear her new outfit to our next family gathering while she talked about how sick she'd been and thank goodness Jeremy came home to save her? I called Jeremy and showed him. He again just said it was nothing. "Maybe she was at Nordstrom when she started getting the chest pain," he said. We got into another fight. A big one this time. "If you can't see how she's playing you and how she's messing with our marriage," I said, "then I can't do this. You aren't married to your mom. You're married to me. If you can't prioritize me, then you should just move in with her because I'm not effing doing this. This is crazy. She is crazy." He refused to budge and kept defending her, and I lost my poop and my patience and left. He sent me a text saying I was the one being crazy and I owed him an apology and that he was insulting him and his mom and his family. I had it at that point. I texted him back and basically said, "Then I don't want anything to do with your mom or you or your family. This is not how I'm going to live my life. This is nuts." A couple days went by, and I stayed at our house while he stayed at his mom's place. Then, I'm not sure what happened, but suddenly he texted me that he was going to come over. And when he got to our house, he said he believed me. He said he confronted his mom finally and she told more lies that exposed her earlier lies, and then was gaslighting him, too. He said he could finally see how twisted and toxic their relationship was and he didn't want to lose me. I gave him an ultimatum, and we ended up moving cities so we didn't live in the same town as his awful mom anymore. We never explained to her why, because she would have kept lying anyways. Now, I only have to see her once a year, and when I do, I always talk about how much fun Jeremy and I have together, all the things we do, the special moments, and all of that. I love to see her squirm with envy. Calm as a beach.